We had an insurance meeting, and that insurance meeting kind of goes over best practices. We're part of a captive. There's, I don't know, right around 50 members within the captive. It's kind of a big deal that we're in it, but we share the risk, and so we take on some of the risk of some of the other members, and they take on some of the risk that we do as well, that we may have as well. So, there's a couple things that we traditionally have not done very well, and I'd like to turn that around. One of them is the amount of time it takes for us to get a claim in. So we have a fender bender, and it's a Friday, and you don't turn it in until Monday after your charter. Those claims got to get turned in right away. We get dinged actually on our insurance rates and within the program, and to a point to where we could go on the watch list and be put on kind of double secret probation. The other thing that traditionally we get dinged on and have for the last year or two is frequency of claims. For a company our size, they're saying that we have kind of an abnormal frequency of claims, which is kind of odd, that we're in Montana, which you would think would be easier than some of the other group members who are in Boston or other places. We do a lot of things really well. We actually did a good job last year of keeping our claims down a little bit as far as the expense goes, although our frequency was not great. And the problem with frequency in the insurance world, and our rates go up very exponentially when it comes to frequency, is that what they have is all sorts of tables that tell them if you have so many small accidents or close calls, this is what that translates into a big one somewhere down the line. So a couple things that are kind of interesting. I'll put this up here, and feel free to freeze it for a minute if you want to look at it yourself. I'll go through a few of them. The type of accidents, struck parked vehicle is actually the number one type of accident. The one thing that we can prevent probably is a vehicle that's not moving. So that means that, and that's throughout the industry, so that's not just us. But we've certainly had our fair share of striking parked vehicles. So I'd like to see that improve dramatically, actually. Side swipe or lane change is the second one, not too far behind, actually, struck parked vehicle. We do a pretty good job on this one, frankly. I think this is a little bit more of a big city thing, although sometimes, we run into light poles or other things when we side swipe it. So keep an eye out on your right side especially, but also your left side as well. So intersection accident and struck vehicle in rear and backed into vehicle or object. Those 5 items alone account for 80% of all the accidents that they've had in the program. So if we can prevent, if we can work on those 5 things, that will make a huge difference in our insurance rates. And we're pretty good about sharing those as well. So the other one I wanted to point to was this one. Again, feel free to freeze it if you see it. And this is the type of accident or event and the average claim cost. So, you can have frequency of events, and that's one thing, but also there are certain things that create more money than other things. So, for instance, our vehicle struck by a runaway vehicle, $234,566 is what the average claim is if our vehicle is struck by a runaway vehicle. A fire is average cost is $181,000. Rollover over turn vehicle $136,000. Insured vehicle causes another accident $69,000. Some of these, actually none of these in particular are that interesting. But it does show, fire actually is one of the highest ones. So that gets to maintenance, and that's something that we always need to be cognizant of. If things are heating up within your bus, stop it before it goes on fire. That's always a good policy. Um, Insured vehicle causes other accident. That's another one that's pretty big within this. So, overall, I think claims are fairly stable, maybe a little bit up. They're a lot up this year for karst in particular. For the rest of the industry, they're not. But we've had a lot of fender benders this year, so I'm kind of concerned about that. And I just want you guys to slow down, pay attention. It's one of the reasons why we're drawing attention to the report card, the driver report card on SOCOM, is that we need to pay closer attention as an organization, and you need to pay closer attention with the wheels on the ground and making sure that things are going great. Things are going good. We've got our company meeting coming up pretty quick, and we've got the bus rodeo, and then we've got another company meeting after that, and we just had an airport meeting that went really well, and I think overall things are doing really well within the company. And I just want to thank you guys again. You guys do a great job out there every day, whether you're answering the phones, cleaning the buses, driving the buses. The drivers get all the glory around here, it seems like, and in a lot of cases they deserve it, because they do have a very difficult job. The maintenance staff, make sure you go by and give them a pat on the back. They really work hard every day to try and keep the stuff up and going. So I hope that this didn't go on too long, and I hope you have a great day, and happy Halloween coming up. We will talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.